Hey guys, JT's here. Welcome back to another video. Not gonna be a very long one because, well, I'm gonna have a little bit to talk about, but won't be like 20 minutes, hopefully. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this. So I'm down 3% on the day. This is my fifth red day in a row. My account is still in profits, though. So, I mean, not a lot of profits anymore, but it's still in profits. Um, Hold on, let me see. Look at my calendar on my phone. See how many more trading days we have. We have one, two, three, four more trading days before uh the month is over. Um so I could end in a break even or even a little bit of a drawdown month. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully I think I've figured out kind of what's been going on for me these last few days and stuff. Like it's mostly been a psychology issue. And I'm gonna be honest, I think a lot of it's just overconfidence. And also what happens when you get overconfident? You get lazy. And what happens when you get lazy? You don't do things right like you're supposed to. What happens when you don't do things right like you're supposed to? Your ego gets checked. Your emotions get high. And, well, they obviously have been pretty bad with my psychology the last, I mean, really, I'd say last 5 days. Well, I didn't trade Monday, so my first red day for the streak was last Friday, and it is currently Thursday. So 5 of my trading days. Um, and well, I mean, let's just dive in, guys. And well, so little high impact news today. As you can see, we had unemployment claims at 7:30. And we had like all this other stuff. I did not get on the charts till about 9:30. Took four trades, lost them all, total of a 3% loss. I de-risked to 0.5% on two of my gold trades. Logging my fifth red day in a row. First three trades were on gold. The first trade was a short, going with the trend. However, I missed the key confluences pointing to a reversal. Second trade, my worst trade, 5%, 0.5% risk. Entered off a 1 minute for value gap when equilibrium and other for value gaps were resting below. My third and final gold trade also risked 0.5%. Entered off a more broad 5 minute for value gap but didn't have EQ marked out at the time. Price saw after EQ upon analyzing now an order block as well. My last trade of the day, SPX, risked a 4%. It was an entry off of bearish order block entry. Price suspected it yesterday, went lower, and filled a 30-minute bullish for value gap. Then today revisited and blew through it. Never should have entered this trade too. Was already at my max daily drawdown limit of 2%. Alright, rights. I'm going to be honest. I can't really think of much. If I'm being completely honest, I really I think the best I can say that I did right maybe was is after all of this I just hopped off the charts. Like I just stayed off them the rest of the day because I didn't want to get tempted into another trade and stuff like that. Longs traded shortly after waking up. We'll talk about that. FOMO after losing my short on gold, bad entries, bad stop losses, revenge trading with the XPX trade. Uh, not keeping higher time frames in mind, and not fully analyzing the charts. So something I wanted to kind of talk about with like my losing streak is also I've been trading shortly after waking up. That's part of the reason why I've been trading so late, except for Wednesday, because I was waiting for the rest of high impact news to come out. But I realized like last Friday, this past Tuesday, and today. I've been waking up like really late. Like I've been staying up till midnight or past midnight, and then I've been waking up at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and then hopping on the charts within 30 minutes by just like going downstairs and getting my coffee and stuff. And I haven't really been following my designated morning routine. And part of the reason for that is I haven't had to be at school because of testing. I'm a senior, so I don't have all those tests and stuff, so I don't have to go to school. And I just think school is like to me is like such a vital part of my morning routine, and I'm just not used to not having to get ready and stuff like that in the morning. So little like it's 9:11 p.m. right now. I'm gonna do what I usually do on a school night, and be in bed by 10 o'clock or 11, or probably not 10 o'clock tonight, I still gotta eat. Like 10:30 or 11, right? Be in bed. Wake up tomorrow at my like roughly normal time around 7 a.m., right? Well, it depends. I just usually shoot for 8 hours, 7.5 to 8 hours on the dot. So if I go to bed at like 10:30, I'll probably wake up at like 6:30. But shoot for that. Get a full night's rest. Wake up, and just kind of go about my morning routine. Go downstairs, make breakfast, make coffee, come upstairs. You know, just get ready. Just go ahead and do my hair, get some clothes and stuff on, and just kind of like wake up in the morning. Like actually get up and get back into my groove, right? And then that's when I'll kind of start doing that. Now we can kind of go ahead and talk about the rest of what dive deeper into these trades I took today. I know it's ugly, but I gotta show you guys. All right, so let's talk about this. What happened? So I did kind of look at the higher time frames here. So here's what I was seeing whenever I was. Where am I? Here we are. So here's kind of what I was seeing, right? I was seeing. Oh, okay. We are. Hold on, let me move this over here. We are in a. We retrace. I thought whenever we were here, I was like, oh, we're just retracing, wicking into this 15-minute for value gap, right? Nope. As you can see, we blew through everything, right? Now here's what I did not keep in mind. All right. If I had analyzed the charts better, which is one of my wrongs, and I like actually looked for everything, breakup structures, order blocks, everything, I would have noticed this. Now this is pretty prominent. We had a 15-minute break of structure right here, and it's definitely a break, right? It doesn't matter if it's going into if it's and it's actually invalidated this for value gap too, right? Trying to get this. There we go. It actually invalidated this for value gap too, right? I think almost all my executions were on the 1 minute too, so I'm getting better executing on the 1 minute. But let's go ahead and talk about this, right? So as you can see, price came up, came back down, built some fair value gaps, right? And then price started going higher, right? And I'm like, oh, we're just filling this inverse fair value gap. Let me set my entry right here. Stop loss above these highs, right? And I was like, oh, it's a good trade. We'll see how it goes, right? Nope. Not true. Oh yeah, so this is a massive equilibrium thing. I actually marked out already, and this is the uh what's it called? 30-minute for value gap that was in discount that got filled, which caused a reversal. So I want to see, is this considered a 5-minute reversal or no? Nah. I'd say for 1 minute executions, 1 minute order blocks work very well. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this, right? So, upon market analysis, I would have seen many things, or many things, including that 15-minute break of structure. I actually don't know. Oh, wait. It's because I went back on everything. Hold on. There we go. Alright. So we had the freaking 15-minute break of structure right here, right? Oh, yeah, it's right here. Okay. Huh? I don't know. Whatever. 15-minute break of structure right there, right? And then price came down, filled what I assume is some 5-minute fair value gaps. Oh my gosh, why am I being moved? Filled this 5-minute fair value gap right here, and then price continued higher, stopping me out in a singular candle. Now let's go ahead and talk about kind of some other my other trades. So it was a bad trade because I just didn't spot a reversal. What happened? We swept all this liquidity over here. We filled a higher time frame for value gap, right? We had a 15-minute break of structure, right? These are all grounds for a prominent reversal, right? Now, this is not a entry reversal per se for me. I mean, this was, oh no, this is actually in about a little over 30 minutes in the market open. But okay, so we got 1 minute for value gap here, 1 minute inverse for value gap here that lines up, price retrace, boom, leg up, right? Me personally, maybe buy stop up here, targeting what's market open highs? Right here, targeting market open highs. So had I, not been goofy and actually traded market open, and I had my buy stop at this high, and I targeted market open highs, stop loss down here, no, 1.5 R. I mean, that's not really a good R for me personally. Obviously a much better trade would have been, you know, here, 1 minute, oh, 1 minute for value gap retracement right there, targeting this high, 4.4 R trade, much better. But anyways, we're not gonna dwell on that. Go ahead and delete this. So I know it's like my screen's like super cluttered right now. So here, actually, let me hide this. Okay, so this was the worst trade of the day I think I took. So what happened? I'm gonna be honest. FOMO'd. Got stopped out of this trade, and I, entered off of this for value gap. I tried to be smart about it. Clearly not though. And I put my stop loss right here, targeting these highs. What's the problem? Equilibrium down here. Fair value gap. Fair value gap here. Fair value gap here. Fair value gap here. Equilibrium. Like all this stuff, right? And it just like was not a good trade. Now let's get into the good one. The one that I think was probably one of my biggest missed opportunity trade per se was because this was shortly right after this I started FOMOing again on this one, but I think had I just kind of let my mind clear for a second, I would have spotted this. All right, and if I actually marked out equilibrium from this retracement low to this high, right? I would have saw, oh, okay, we have equilibrium right here, actually in this fair value gap. Okay, I want to see what happens. So what happens, right? Price stops me out, comes back up, continues lower, fills this equilibrium, fills this 1 minute fair value gap, and something else that I did not catch at the time. Oh wait, no, actually, this is for the short that I took earlier, right? Where, I think it was. Hold on. Yeah, where price came down, right? And then went up and stopped me out, right? Yeah, so went up here and stopped me out, right? Now, something else, like I'm trying to figure out how to put this. Something else that I missed on my chart analysis where it would have been a spectacular entry for longs. What do we call a leg down that causes a liquidity sweep, folks? And why are they so crucial to mark out? What am I doing? Oh, an order block. We had a a bullish order block right here. What happened? Price breaks out of it, retraces. Okay. I was on the charts at this time. Could have targeted these highs, right? Stops here. Okay. Dang, yeah, I could have targeted a lot. Holy. So I could have just, targeted that right there. That would have been a 2 point. I mean, that's not really a great risk to reward for the amount of time it would have took to hit. But okay, let's see if we can analyze a better entry. Me personally, I've always noticed these like immediate reversals and stuff. That immediately, like the order blocks that immediately get tapped into. Something pretty interesting I've noticed is like if it's a double low right here, you can just set it below there, right? Not to mention it's in equilibrium, right? This also came to equilibrium. See what I mean? All right. So top of the order block, or okay, right there, probably a better R. That was a 2.3 last time. Now it's a 2.8. Not terrible, right? So missed opportunity there, sadly. Um, Also, so for this equilibrium from this low to this high, what happened? We had a equilibrium and fair value gap retracement right here. This would have been another great play for equilibrium. Even if we just targeted these highs, stops below these lows, or actually, might try to do 5-minute lows, or at least below a 5-minute fair value gap. Boom. Yeah. No fair value gap right here. This fair value gap here. Put at the bottom of that. 2.7R trade that I missed because I was very I just had tunnel vision, I guess you could say. All right. Well, that's kind of all I got for the gold today. Let me just go ahead and delete a bunch of these. All right. Go to SPX. All right. Let's talk about this SPX trade. So yesterday took a long here, got stopped out. What happened? Price came back, visited this um, very large 4-hour fair value gap several times. I don't know why I have this marked out. Trying to see big liquidity sweep here. Barely tapped into this order block right here. Not really a lot of area of accumulation. What happened, right? Price came up. What happened, right? Price came down, retrace, came up. Freaking, I did see a lot about like freaking online today about just NQ and this and SPX just printing, like just no retracements, just printing. And it's kind of funny. And into the order block consolidation, boom, manipulated upward. Um, I'm gonna be honest, I was hoping price was at least going to retrace, but it did not want to do that today. Um, and also, I think something else is this is a hourly order block and a 4-hour value gap. Now, yesterday, it's perfectly normal to have this be respected, manipulate to relatively unfilled fair value gap, a large, or sorry, this is a 30-minute fair value gap, my bad, a relatively large unfilled fair value gap. I mean, it got filled, actually, yeah, it got filled, don't get me wrong, but just that and then legged up like crazy, no, price is probably going to retrace lower. That's exactly what it did. Probably also rebalance some equilibrium too. Let's see, from here to here. Yeah, rebalance equilibrium. Right, that was also within this order block. Boom. All right. So, but this, like I said, this is a trade I shouldn't have entered because I was already at my max drawdown limit and just didn't listen to my rules. And that's why I lost an extra percent today, and that's why I lost an extra percent on Tuesday when I should not have risked the extra. Alright guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. If you have anything, leave it in the comments. Link in the description to go follow my Instagram. I try to post on my story daily, or at least on trading days. And you'll get updates much quicker there. I do try to post on Instagram. I don't post a lot, but I try to. Um, yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, thank you for watching. Come back tomorrow when I do my Friday trade recap, and hopefully, um, Actually, no, I'm going to follow my plan and stuff tomorrow. I'm going to go with my morning routine, and we'll just see how that affects my mentality and my emotions on the charts. Alright, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a good night. See y'all tomorrow.